Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hello, everyone. I am back. Hello, IG. How are you today? I am back to do a reading on Wendy Williams' son. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this doesn't surprise me at all. You know why this doesn't surprise me? Because he never spoke out positively against his mother. He never spoke out in her defense, never spoke out publicly, never said, I got my mother's back, wasn't at any court date. He's mature enough to be at court dates. He was not at any court dates. So, this statement about Kelvin Jr. stealing from his mother, one, is probably very true. And two, look at the other signs that's involved. You know how much Wendy loves that boy. You also know how much she has protected that boy from his father. Meaning, she would tell the little boy, Junior, to leave the room while the father would abuse the mother. That's protection in Wendy's eyes. You know what she hasn't done in the past year and a half that we have been watching this downfall? She has not called out her son's name. Think about it. She has not called out her son's name. She has not said, oh, my son this, my son that, my son protects me, my son can take over my finances. She already knew she couldn't trust her own son with her finances. You didn't know it. It was what she didn't say that let me know there's a problem with her and her son. I swear I was going to do a reading on it and I kept forgetting. So now something comes out and somebody says that he stole $100,000 on her Amex card. Well, I don't know if stole is the best word, right? I can guarantee that kid had an Amex card in his name. He went to college. Why wouldn't she give him a credit card? I gave my son a credit card. I don't understand. Why wouldn't that be very natural? 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. For a mother to give her son a credit card. When my son went to Washington, D.C., I gave him a credit card. And I told him to use it only in emergencies. Well, apparently, every month must have been an emergency. And every month I was paying off that bill. And this went on for a year and a half. So I'm sorry, Junior. Why wouldn't I believe you were taking your mother's money? Maybe without her permission. And look at the level of what he's accustomed to purchasing. So he's accustomed to purchasing $500 sneakers. He's accustomed to shopping in particular stores. You could rack up $100,000 easily. My son racked up monthly at least $350 that I was forced to pay back because it was my credit card, but it was a credit card in his name. And every month I would say to him, emergency only, son. And he'd go, I know, Mom, I know. I'm going to use it for emergency only next time. I get ding, 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 ding. He's using it. It was during COVID. The son and the wife wasn't working. They were getting unemployment, so they, under no means were they broke. But I just figured they have to be struggling, right? That's what I figured. They have to be struggling. So I'm just going to support them. I didn't know it was going to last for 18 months. I didn't know he didn't understand the concept of emergency only. And when they stopped talking to me, because I told the world that they had COVID and to pray for them, and they stopped talking to me, and I was forced to come to the Caribbean without one blessings in my travels from my I call my daughter-in-law my children, from my children, I stopped the credit card. I talk in terms of money. You're not going to talk to me because I told the world, pray for you guys? Are you guys sick in the head? Are you guys crazy? Oh, I know how that works. I cut my credit card. True story. It's the story of Tracey. You don't know the story of Tracey. All right? Thank you, Sansa. It is awful. You don't know the story of Tracey. It's awful. And shocking that the two of them thought it was okay to tell me not to pray for them. The gall, the audacity. And I thought, what the hell's going on here? And the next time my son talked to me was 2 months later. And when he did, he was asking for money. True story. And I said, no. I said, I am out here by myself. And I am surviving by myself. I don't have a backup system. You two have each other. Figure it out. It's the story of Tracey, guys. It's time to just tell you guys what I've been going through. I'm not holding back anymore. I'm not even talking bad about my son. It's the truth, which is different than talking bad. Which I rarely talk bad about my son. But it's the truth. And I can speak my truth. So with that being said, Kelvin Jr., you know you took your mama's money. You know you did. You know you did. Come on, Kelvin Jr. Come on, baby. Your mama has not said a nice thing about you. She has not spoken your name. What is that, Wendy? Because it seems familiar to me. Let's check. He says he didn't steal. Wendy is not accusing him, so I don't know where the information is coming from, but it's, my knees are killing me. But it's definitely out there. So let's look at it. Let me just see what everybody is saying first before we look at it, before I do my prayers. Comments. Most kids do not know how to manage money at that age. Exactly. He's a baby. He's a college kid. Do you know when I was growing up, American Express would give us credit cards. The applications were all over the colleges. And they would give us a credit card, most times with no limit. I remember you asked us, do you remember that, Sansa? Well, your prayers worked. And I really thank everyone for them getting healed. Like that. One thing about my people, you guys are amazing. Whether or not my children understand the intentions of prayer, if more than one person is in a room, there's God. And that was my intention. I promise you. Apparently, I told their business. I didn't know COVID was a secret. All right. That's messed up. It is. I'm so sorry to hear that. I would never not talk to my mom if we were on the outs. Life is too short. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you. We're praying hard for them too. Thank you, Destiny. Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate that. We're praying hard for them too. That's not right. I'm sorry, Auntie. You didn't deserve. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Shay. Thank you. Thank you all. He's grown with the family. He has to take charge. No. I'm really sad to hear that it was no malicious. Destiny, have you ever really known me to be malicious? Destiny is part of the group meet conversations that I have. Have you ever known? Like, seriously. Like, there would be proof. Have you ever known for me to be malicious? No. No. Speak your truth. Thank you, Willa. Aw, how sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child. Yeah, it hurts like hell. You have something better than backup system. Oh, look at you guys. You have God, spirits, and a load of folks who love and care for you. Yeah, I know. I just hope Kelvin did not use it for drugs. I don't know yet. Oh, Sansa, don't scare me. I bet he did take it. He gives sneaky vibes, yes. You're so right. She usually would talk. Think about it. Wendy would be talking about her son. My son's coming over. My son this, my son that. She would be talking about her baby all day, every day. American Express would stuff through the mail, did they? Oh my God. The credit card companies prey on college. You're in debt by the time you get out of college. Not just with your student loans. Now you have credit card debt. They were trying to kill college students. Nothing yet, Terica. I always said I got through life because of my praying grandma. Ta-da! Who else knows how to pray than someone that has ran these treacherous streets? Who else would know how to pray for you but a family member? Crazy? I mean it to my children. Nuts? I got approved for a Visa card to charge it up, and then I could not pay, of course, yes. They started calling my parents for the money, and they were so mad at me. Very typical. Oh, I love your picture, Nina loves. Oh, that's so cute. The butterfly and the sun. I know your parents must have been pissed. They would have had to have been. And nothing like a praying mother and family. Thank you. Look at you guys. Thank you, Kiona. Everything Wendy did was to have something to leave her son. Exactly. I didn't even have a job to get approved. I know. They just gave it to college students. That's exactly my point. Capital One did. Now Capital One. Let me tell you something about Capital One. When Capital One was first starting out, Capital One gave credit cards to everybody. You get it. You. And do you want? Yes. One of my friends back in the day got a Capital credit card with just a $300 limit, and she couldn't pay that bill. Now Capital One is practically a part of the elite. They don't play. It's no. American Express was preying on college students. They were. Kelvin Jr. looks like he would go shopping sprees all the time. Exactly. He's a walking, talking fashion statement. Who are you kidding? If my mom asks people to send me prayers and blessings, I should be grateful for that. No offense, Tracey. No offense taken. He should be grateful that he has a good mom that cares like you. So I send you my blessings. I received that, Beto. Thank you. Kevin used to be the apple of Wendy's eye. I know. These credit card companies don't know exactly what they're doing. What they're doing. All right, guys. So, with all that being said, Kevin, thank you, Beto. That was very kind of you. I want to take a picture of that. That's why I left it up there. Please like my videos. Please subscribe. Since I don't have a son that cares for me. Yes, pity me. I take pity right now. Thank you for my subscribership increasing. I'm so elated. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm like, you don't see, it's like creeping up. It's like this. Step. And then step again. I'm so honored for all my subscriberships that are, I feel like saying they're coming back to me. So thank you. Please, God, talk to me. Talk to me about Kelvin Jr. I'm using his legal birth name, Kelvin Hunter Jr. All right? Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see. Kelvin is your child. He's your love. He's your beloved. Please, Father God, authorize me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. Kelvin Jr. says he ain't do it. Okay, Kelvin. Let's see what Spirit says. Kelvin, stop lying. First card. Seduction, deceit, a broken promise. Boy, stop lying. You love your mama as long as she's giving you money, Kelvin Jr. You're exactly like your dad. It's despicable. Wendy is falling apart. You are mature enough at this. I don't care if you're in college. You're mature enough to say, I got my mama's back. As a matter of fact, I'm going to quit my college in Pennsylvania. I'm going to go to CUNY system in New York, and I'm going to go live with my mom. She's crazy as all shit. So at the very least, I would be like, Mom, give me an apartment above you, below you. I can't live with you. And I would be watching out for my mother. But instead, you love her by way of how much money she gives you. How dare you, Kelvin? How dare you? This is despicable. All right. Something's revealed inside breakthrough. Don't be surprised if somebody shows receipts. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Wendy comes out and says it herself. Don't be surprised. Healing. Interesting enough. There's a heart here. This is love by way of what his mother could give him. This is healing by way of learning some lessons. But in this card is usually a physical issue in this card. So, could be that Kevin could turn around because his mom becomes more physically debilitated. Or it could be that Kevin could learn his lesson because he becomes physically disabled for a while. It could be he might learn his lesson by having an issue that mimics his mom's way of feeling physically. I don't think this is a mental issue. I think this is a physical issue. So it could be that Kelvin Jr. could wind up in a car accident, and the car accident could make him realize, this is what my mom feels when no one reaches out to me, I think. Even though he has his dad, but his dad doesn't really care for the son. The dad cares for the son like fathers care for their son. Like, you doing okay? Doing okay, boy? Like that type of thing. Not like, give me a hug and I love you. That's not Kelvin. CJ, I just said that. He is acting like his father. There is going to be a transformation, though. It's probably going to be rough for Kelvin. There is going to be a transformation. I get authority. So why am I getting drinking and driving, Kelvin? I get deception and envy, and I think the father is actually encouraging Kelvin's behavior against his mother. I think he's like, leave your mother alone. You do you. That type of thing. Not that I'm going to give the father any credit for the way you act. I think you're a grown ass. And having a heart, that comes naturally in you. Oh, I'm missing all the comments. Go to therapy, counseling, Kelvin Jr., right. Her son was collateral damage in Wendy's dysfunction. Kelvin shows tough love, that's all. No hugs whatsoever. Thank you, Tina. I think it might be a DUI. Yes, Senior is a joke as a father, says Sansa. He's stealing from his mom to help his dad. No, I don't think so. I don't think this is father and son stealing from Wendy, right? When the dad is getting paid. He's still getting paid by Wells Fargo. Don't worry about the dad. I think this is just Kelvin. But, now that you say that, there might have been something there that the son might have helped out the dad, because you can get cash advances, where the son might have helped out the dad when Wells Fargo held everything from Wendy. Maybe. Now that you say that, that could be a real good possibility there, right? My hair looks a mess. I haven't been able to get my hair straight for a minute. The problem with Junior is that he doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to work. That's the problem with Junior. His emotions are also frozen. So this is where I'm absolutely getting he's acting like his dad. This is where his emotions are frozen. Also, guys, to be fair to Kelvin Jr., right? I got to be fair to him. When you grow up in an abusive household and you go in to go save your mom against your dad, and your mom tells you to get out to save you because she knows that if you interfere, the father will punch the son in the fucking face, right? But when he goes in to try and help her, and Wendy says, get out, there's a thing in his system that then shuts off. Because not only is he told to get out, the screams still continue from the other bedroom from Wendy. So now he's listening, and this is just another form of abuse. Now he's listening to his mother get beat up by his father. And the mother tells him, you can't help me. That's some weird shit. So he may organically not know how to be there for her. Sansa, I respect what you're saying. She's like, those two narcissists never raised that child. I can probably agree with you. It's sad. It's sad. No, the accounts weren't frozen because of the son. The accounts were frozen because Wendy's crazy. The accounts were frozen because Wells Fargo said people were mismanaging her money. Yeah, Wells Fargo was right, as we now can see. All right. He's been doing it for some time, at least over the past 14 months. The past 18 months, he's been pilfering her credit card. I don't know how they got a low number of 100,000. I think it's more than that. He's slightly traumatized. Yes. He's slightly traumatized, so he operates out of deceit. Yeah, I don't know if it's out of deceit. We can definitely say he is traumatized, right? We can definitely say that. I get a fire sign woman here. So someone is helping him. Does Kelvin have a girlfriend? Because someone's helping him spend this money. Who's helping you spend the money, Kelvin? What's that girl sign? What's Kevin Senior's mistress sign? I hate to call you mistress. I apologize. What's her sign? Can somebody look up that girl sign, whatever her name is? I don't remember her name. He shuts off his emotions as a defense mechanism. Yes. Yes. He is very damaged and was on drugs. Was he? Was he on drugs too? That's why he doesn't think about helping her now. Yeah, that's very true, right? He's programmed not to help her. Serena. Somebody check to see what Serena's sign is, because there was a woman around Kelvin Jr. that was helping him spend the money. Someone said she sometimes stepped in when Wendy was absent. Who? Who? Serena? Serena Sunset? His emotions are all over the place with his mother. All over. Oh, God. His hands are tied behind his back. I think he's also going to say he didn't have a choice to spend money. I think he's going to say, I couldn't communicate with her. I couldn't talk to her. What do you think was going to happen, right? He fed himself very well, though. So it's not like, did he use the card for survival's sake? That's not what happened. He fed himself and dressed himself very well. Oh, Serena mothered him? Oh, this is so gross. The towel shows up for him. The towel shows up for him. across from this Queen of Wands. Pisces, she's a Pisces. Okay. There's a fire sign woman here that is going to contribute to now Kelvin Jr. falling apart. Yeah, but I have to go with spirit. I have to go with spirit. So I'm getting that there's a girl helping him. I can't switch that up. Hi, Black Love. But also remember, Kelvin Jr. punched his father in the face and was arrested. I do remember that. All this stuff is coming back to me now. I do, I do remember that. It's kind of like he had to finally punch his father in the face for so many years of watching his father abuse his mother. And yet he's still numb to his mother, because his mother would still be like, you shouldn't have punched your dad in the face. How could you do that? You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't getting any credit for knocking the shit out of his father. Oh, interesting. Oh, God. Oh, hi, Sky. Sky's like, he has to have the tower. I know. He has to have the tower because this is not over. Whatever this is, it's not over. The problem with Kelvin Jr. is he has stunted emotional growth. So he is a child still. So currently at, how old is he? 20? 20 at best? 19, 20? He has the maturity of a 16-year-old right now. Mental maturity. Sky, we just said the same thing. Sky is so good. He has to deal with 15-year-old self, and he's stunted there. Yeah. Bingo. I know. We said it at the same time. Who's a Gemini? No, Gemini's air. Yeah. So, Serena, does anybody know her sign? So, I think that, one, he's going to get somebody pregnant. Two, he is going to start acting out. These accusations are going to make his spirit come out, right? He's going to say, well, if people are accusing me, then I just might as well act out, right? The tower shows up. So the tower shows up maybe in him acting out in a way where it's overly violent, where this is something he would have wanted to give his dad, but maybe somebody else gets it, and it could be a woman. So this could be domestic violence, or maybe just violence against a woman. He's going to see someone, fire sign woman, speak to him in a tone that his mother used to speak to him. And whereas he couldn't slam his mother, he's going to slam this woman. Yeah. Someone from Atlanta he's dealing with. I can see getting set up and getting arrested. Oh, interesting. Well, it's bad. If this is a setup, he's not mature enough to even look at the signs. He's just going to fall for the drama, for the setup. He was never really mentally okay. Wendy was his spokesperson. Maybe that's why he wound up on drugs. By the way, if I heard my mother being beat up in another room by my father, and I couldn't help, it would fuck me up too. And would most likely make me turn to drugs. Seriously. I can't imagine that experience. Andre, that's possible. He could have a learning disability. That's completely possible. You never quite heard him speak a whole sentence. Like, Wendy steps in front of him, so you never really got to see the man in Kevin, right? You know how most of us raise our children and we're like, say thank you, go tell Mrs. So and so, da 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 da, and say it exactly like that. And then the kid gets over to Mrs. So and so and fucks it all up. Mrs. So and so is forced to talk to you. You don't want to talk to her. And it's like, well, your son said something like, and I was like, that's not what I told my son to tell you. I told my son to say this to you. Now, how the telephone game got ruined in 2 minutes, I don't know how. But this is what I need from you, Mrs. So and so. You understand? Like, you're so annoyed with your child. And then when you see your child, you're like, how did you fuck that up? I got to write everything down. You're 20. Kidding. There might have been a lack of emotional maturity or a need to hide Kelvin Jr. under her skirt. He was sheltered. Thank you, Sky. He was sheltered. But at the same time, he feels entitled. Only child syndrome. Oh my God. Don't talk to me. Sky, I just told everyone. I don't know if you were on, but I just told everyone what my son did to me. And my son is an only child. Only child syndrome. And then add abuse, drugs. I don't know if he was physically abused, but it has to be fucked up to hear your mother screaming and yelling. Wow. And to be honest with you, Kevin got off on abusing Wendy. Wendy saw it as love. A punch in the face to Wendy was Kevin paying attention to her. So the boy didn't understand the dynamic. And remember, guys, Wendy was never going to leave. The abuse was bad. He abused her in front of Denmark Mercury employees. Wendy was never going to leave. What happened was she told Kevin, never expose your secret life. And it got exposed. And that's the only reason why she left him. All right. So, because there's a lack of emotional support based upon having some real emotional issues, it does mean that he has anger issues, and his anger issues are going to manifest. He's going to self-sabotage from this point on. His father is going to try to talk to him or fly him down to see him, maybe convince him to go to college near him. But it's kind of too late, Kelvin Sr. Your son, this drama, this public drama, has now literally made him sicker. It might be too late. To be honest with you, the boy just wants to be loved, which is something he was lacking from both his parents. So now that the public, remember, this kid has to go to school. Now that the public is looking at him crazy, what's his survival rate, guys? What does he have to look forward to? To top it off, I don't think his mom is talking to him. Or maybe he's not talking to his mom. So this boy is left out there with a selfish father, one, prior emotional issues with his mother, two, and an emotionally depreciated mindset on the future with this information going public. Three, what do you think is supposed to come out of this, everyone? This is his brain. It's too much. All of it is too much. I think it's not fair. I think that in this divorce battle, no one was looking out for Kelvin Jr. I think Wendy might have said, go away to college, I'll deal with everything. But I also think he was forgotten about as we watched his mother, depreciate and depreciate. I feel like he couldn't help when he was 15. He wasn't allowed to help. And I think he doesn't know how to help. And to be honest with you, I think Wendy kept saying, don't worry about me. Until it got to the point that she was saying, you don't care about me. Unalive. Oh, that's a powerful word. Oh, that is so scary. They set him up to fail. Exactly, Kiona. Oh, I got two Kionas. They set him up to fail. I'm not really going to look at the uncle. The uncle's a fire mouth, and he contributes poorly to this whole thing. No one's helping this boy, I promise you. I feel like we will hear in text messages or in writing somehow what he's been going through. I feel like we will definitely hear something someday. I feel like his father is going to step up, but remember that's after the tower shows up. I think in some way after the tower shows up, the father will step up, but the father will step up because any help that he gives Kevin comes in the form of monetary care. So the father's going to step up so that he can control Kelvin Jr.'s money, supposedly to get him healed. Kelvin, I hope you don't become incapacitated because your mom is incapacitated, and the last thing you want is the money that's going to be left behind for you. Your dad gets it over because that means he could wind up being guardian over you. I hope you don't wind up in a car accident. I hope you're not doing drugs and drinking like your mother, but you are a college student, so it wouldn't surprise me. I just think you're such a public figure right now, especially with this scandal coming loose, that if you drink, do weed, any type of drugs, Molly, whatever, a laced cigarette, most likely you're gonna wind up in a car accident. If it's not a car accident, you're gonna do to another girl what you have seen your father do to your mother. So the generational curse of that type continues in your family. It's always about the money with them, Destiny. Always. All right, guys, let me get the final outcome. Thank you for this reading. It was a little heavy, but thank you all for this reading and helping me to get through it. All right, guys, what does it say? Please subscribe and like. There's 131 people here. I would love to see 131 likes for the live feed. And if you're watching this after the live feed, please like. Please send this to Wendy. I don't know what Wendy can do, but she still has a mother's love. And at the very least, she still might be able to get through to her own son. Upside down, child orphan. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mm. This boy never had parents, and the parents were right there. This boy never had parents. God. This boy never had parents. Magic Mermaid's like, he needs an attorney. Ugh. Child orphan. This boy has been abandoned from birth. Upside down. Child orphan manifests as failure to mature. An obsessive search for a surrogate family or surrogate family structures to experience tribal union rather than moving on. He has never bonded with his father nor his mother. He was just a thing. You know what? Let's look at a couple of things. Wendy's been around for a while. Have you ever seen her put her hand on her son's shoulder, right? You know, parents are touchy-feely, right? Or what I used to do with my son, which is rub his hair, right? You never saw that with Wendy. She missed her mothering. Wow. It's funny because I remember all she ever wanted was a child. And then when she got it, she didn't know how to mother. Think about it. Have you ever really seen her mother? You know how you touch your child's face? You're like, oh my God, look at my kid. He's so cute. Never saw anything like that. Mom was too caught up with dad. Damn, this is making me so sad and so sick. He's looking for a family. Boom. She didn't have time. She was too busy. She was too busy running her mouth, too busy running from rappers like P. Diddy that was trying to kill her, right? Look at her whole career. When did she have time for this boy? When she had her radio show, come on, y'all. Come, y'all in my age bracket. When did you ever hear her talk about her son? The cute things that he said. I brought my son this. Not to really talk about it. When did you really hear her talk about her son on her TV show? Think about anything you might have heard her say that was remotely relatable. She rarely talked about her son on her TV show. I would have been talking about my son all day, every day. Do you know what I mean? Wendy was an achiever. She probably wanted a child because she wanted a child, because she thought she was supposed to, not because she wanted to. I think she had miscarried, so I feel like maybe the miscarriage was par for I want a child. The universe isn't giving me a child, so the universe better give me a child. And then once she had the child, it was like, oh. Or did she want a girl and got a boy? Mm-hmm. Did she want a girl? Have you seen those reveal party videos where the one of the couples gets the sex that they don't want it, and they're like fucking sad? Pregnant women are like, men are like, I ain't staying at this party no more. Like, that's a sad existence. What if she wanted a girl? Hello, Shonda. By the way, I'm watching The Sandman. So good. Good point, Sky. Sky goes, add that he looks like Kelvin. Mm-hmm. She miscarried twin daughters? That's it. I didn't know she miscarried twin daughters. That's it. She wanted a girl. Wow. Her sister Wanda was done with, she found out Wendy was on drugs. She was done with her. She wasn't going to mess up her image in politics. Yeah, sister's like a lawyer or something. Yep, facts. Talk about it on her act. She talked about it on her after show that she miscarried twin daughters. That's her regret. I'm sorry, Kelvin Jr. She wanted a girl. She just wanted a girl. It wasn't about having a baby. It was about hoping the baby was a girl. You've been abandoned since birth. Child, orphaned. Feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families like Serena. Wow. Yeah, sometimes, Andre, with family, no matter how bad it gets, you can't step in. That's the thing when you burn so many bridges. You can't step in. You just kind of have to, like, you let go and you literally let God. Period. You can't step in. That's not a bad thing. You just realize that every time you step in, you just help a momentary problem. Wow, this is sad. You guys are making me sad. Wow, she wanted a girl. Wow. Wow. No wonder he's been abandoned since birth. All right, guys. Whew, that was deep. Thank you so much. Check out my video. I did a live predicted it where I said, why isn't anybody in the Bravo universe apologizing or saying that we do not condone racial epithets being spewed at, young 16-year-old black boys? And they did issue a statement. And they were very clear to say Garcelle's son. All right. All right, guys, you know it's hard to leave you always. Please like, please share. I thought I had openings tonight, but I actually don't. So I'm wide open, kind of, sort of tomorrow. Maybe. I have enough appointments open tomorrow, but I thought I was open today. I'm not. I love you guys. I thank you for letting me do these videos. Thank you for following me. Thank you for subscribing to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, guys.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.